Hi everyone, thanks for coming back to my channel. So this is a requested video by I think Carla, and I think a couple other people also requested it, but I wanted to let you all know about Secret deodorant. And it's an antiperspirant deodorant actually. And this is not just for Secret, this is also for Degree and for a couple other of those brand name antiperspirant deodorant. So what it is this is strictly, hey, I'm not bashing Secret, I really still like Secret, but this is what happened to me. I have been using Secret for about 3 years, could be about 3 or 4 years, right? And I have loved it. And then within the last year they came in with their new line of these scented ones. So you know, they had like a lavender something and a vanilla something, and then it had this so summer berry. And my favorite actually is the lavender one. And I picked up this so summer berry, and this is the clear gel. This is not the stick, this is just the clear gel, and it smells so nice. And my mother has warned me about this my entire life when it came to deodorants. You know, she went on to explain that you have to check the ingredients in your deodorant. You have to, your armpits, sorry, your armpits is the one part of your body that helps to get rid of the toxins. It excretes all the excess toxins, hence why we sweat, why it smells, why it's stinky, why it's wet, why we use deodorant or antiperspirants to help keep us dry and to keep the scent away. Now, one of the most important things, I mean, as growing up, you know, kids, you'd hear your parents say, scrub behind your ears and do it properly, and you know, wash your buttocks, and you know, all those other little things. And for me, well, I distinctly remember that for as far back as I could think. Ensure and wash under your arms properly. Give it a good scrub with your washcloth. So I remember mommy would give us a washcloth, and she would come in and, you sure you did it properly? Raise your arms. And then she would, so she would go across, up and down, and she'd go in a circle, and then she'd go anti-clockwise, you know, and she'd give us a good scrubbing. And I just always thought, what the heck wrong with this woman? She don't have something else to do other than to come and scrub my armpits, you know. And she was, you know, she never really give you big explanations. Like if you ask her immediately to ask me a damn question, I tell you this to do, and blah blah blah. At times I hear myself saying it, and I would just laugh because I remember her. But her reason for this is your sweat glands, they excrete the toxins out of your body. They get rid of all the germs, the bacteria, the sweat, and if you don't clean those areas properly, they can get infected or dirty, especially if you're using an antiperspirant deodorant. For example, Secret or Degree or any other deodorant that has the active ingredient, and I want you to look at it: aluminum, zirconium, I can't pronounce the next word. Once you see aluminum, you're in trouble. That's what I'm telling you. And this one has the highest percentage. Wouldn't you believe there's a deodorant from Armway that claims to be so good that has 27% aluminum in it? This one, this is the Secret. I don't know if you can see it here. Can you see it? 16% aluminum inside of this deodorant. Tell me, why are you going to take foil, shred it, and shove it under your arm? I'm just saying. You understand what I'm saying? Aluminum is not good for our pores, it's not good for our bodies. We can't naturally get rid of aluminum, you know, but that is the active ingredient in antiperspirants. So there is a difference between deodorants and antiperspirant deodorants. So if you get a regular deodorant, it has a very low percentage, and when I say low, like under 5% of aluminum in it, or it has none at all. The Secret in particular has 16. This Secret and Degree, I think, have the highest amounts of aluminum in it, which is like severely toxic for our bodies, because here what our bodies can't get rid of it on its own. So another indication is if your deodorant turns white like this, and this is a clear gel, right? If it turns white in the cap, like quickly, know that this has a very high content, right? This one, if it leaves this white cakiness stuck all along the sides of it, see, like this is like the residue after, you know, you close it, you rush, and it might have a little bit on the top and it slide down. It dries, a white cakey residue. It's only supposed to stay clear. Even if it dries with a residue, it's supposed to be a clear residue. It should not dry white. Now the whiter it is, now if after it turns white, it turns into a nasty cakey yellow, like this has started to turn, just it's horrible. It's like bleaching your armpits with Clorox, I'm telling you. And how this, you know, I love how it smells. It works for me. I love that it doesn't transfer my black clothes. It doesn't destroy my clothing either. Another thing that aluminum does is destroy your clothing. If you look at the armpit area, like in your armhole tops or the inside of your shirts or your t-shirts, if it's turning white and cakey, it has too much aluminum in it, and if it could destroy your clothing, could you imagine what madness and what havoc it is wrecking on your skin, your arms? And do you know that your armpits is one of the areas that can absorb things into your body the fastest? So imagine we're putting on deodorant every day, and this is being absorbed into our body. So if you don't wash and cleanse your body properly twice a day, or some people, you know, once a day, you come home from work and you have a good bath before you go to bed or whatever, if you don't scrub under your arms properly and you leave that residue to build up there, girlfriend, I am telling you, you're in shit street. You understand? It had a couple of days when I was just lazy and I didn't feel like scrubbing under my arm, so I just do a little quickie with the loofah, bathe, and I get out of the shower fast, you know. And I have to admit, I probably, in all the days that I missed, I probably missed and this is over a period of months, probably 6 months, probably 2 or 3 weeks, if I was to count all the days that I did not scrub under my arm properly. And I'm not saying that I'm nasty or anything, I'm just saying I didn't give it a vigorous scrub like my mother taught me, but I did give it a good scrub where I felt like all the residue from the deodorant was off, but I didn't do it the way that I'm accustomed, because usually, apart from using my washcloth, I would use a little bit of baking soda to help cleanse the area. It gives you a light deodorization also under your armpits, and it helps to refresh your arms, and it helps to maintain that nice, clean, smooth color underneath, so you don't end up with black armpits. And the reason again that we end up with black armpits, this has nothing to do with your melanin in your skin. Skin, rubbing on skin, friction, it will turn dark. You understand what I'm saying? That's just what happens. If you notice people who are fat or have like fatty necks, where it is rubbing and meeting, they'll end up with like dark lines. That is just how it is. Friction causes that. And baking soda, if you use baking soda to wash under your armpits every time you bathe, it really does help. So you just take like a pinch of baking soda and rub it. You can use your hands or even a washcloth and just rub it in a circular motion, and then you can go in an anti-clockwise motion and you wash it off. That helps to keep to lighten your armpits too. It's a slow lightening process. It lightens your armpits. It's light deodorization, I guess enough for bed, because I don't think that you should sleep with deodorant. I heard a lot of people say that they go to bed with deodorant. It's horrible. The night is needed for your body to renew, rejuvenate, everything, to just renew your cells and cleanse your body and get you brand new and started for the next day. And you can't go clogging up those places with deodorant in the night. You know, I mean, it has some people who probably actually really need it, but when you get up in the morning, give it a good scrubbing before you reapply your deodorant again. But my experience with the secret is, because I slacked off on doing my scrubbing like my mother taught me, I guess had a little bit of residue that got, you know, into one pore hole and caused an infection. Now, I ended up going to the doctor and I'm telling him that, my armpit doesn't hurt, but I'm feeling a lump and I'm like totally scared. And I'm wondering, oh my gosh, I'm feeling so embarrassed to tell him that, I was kind of lazy and like doing a thorough scrubbing of my armpits. But, and he went on to explain to me that this has nothing to do with scrubbing your armpits. It is the amount of aluminum in the deodorant. And they can cause breast cancer. They can cause cancer in the armpit, breast cancer, and it can even go to throat cancer. I mean, I was just like, what the are you crazy? Serious, man? And he was like, no joke, serious thing. People, take a look at the products that you're purchasing, not just for the scent and not just for the name. Take a look at the ingredients in the products that you are purchasing and you are applying to your bodies. The higher percentage of aluminum in your deodorant, the faster you need to put it back down. You understand? When you go to buy your next deodorant, check it out. Check the ingredients, see what it is. Look around and see the different things that, you should use. Now, strangely, Dove, I'm trying to remember the name. There are two different types of Dove, but there's one that says deodorant solid and there's one that says antiperspirant. Do not use the antiperspirant. It has a really high percentage of aluminum, whereas the one that says deodorant, I think the percentage is like 5 or if it's 6 or something like that. It's a really, really low percentage and it does the same thing. It's a solid stick. Now, if you apply your deodorant in one direction, I know some people say, oh, I don't want to do that. Let us be going. As I see my brother for one, circle up and down, and he done his arm wet and dripping. I was like, what the hell? What do you think it is? Half the deodorant done, And I was like, for ladies, if your armpits are shaved, you can apply your deodorant in one direction. You go in the direction of your hair growth. So you go 1, 2, 3, how much ever strokes you feel that you need. Do it in one direction. Don't go up and down like this. One direction. And when you're using a stick, after putting a couple coats, it might look white. Take your fingertips and rub it in. Gently rub it into your armpits. That will help your arm. Apart from that, it will be lubricated also, so it will prevent like excessive rubbing, so that you don't have that friction to cause your armpits to get dark and ugly. Now, the lump under my arm was caused by the amount of aluminum that was in the deodorant. This had nothing to do with my hygiene. Nothing. The high level of, right before The Secret, I was using the Degree. And I hated the Degree. I don't like Degree. Degree worked. It did its job. But I didn't like how it smelled when I started to sweat. It had a different fragrance. It smelled like sweaty arm, and that was like freaking embarrassing. So the Degree is a no-no for me, and I think the Degree was a real higher percentage than The Secret. So I switched and I went to my Secret, and I mean, it's like $30 for deodorants. Went to The Secret and I have this lump under my arm, and I'm like, what the heck? I have a lump under my arm, and I'm like, this is crazy. I'm scared that I might have breast cancer or something now. Went and did all the tests and all of that. I don't have that. I have an infected gland from the amount of aluminum in the deodorants. That gland affected my armpit from reason. It affected my boobs. It affected my chest. And apart from that, I ain't trying to get naked and strip down here for all that thing, but let me just show you this. This got my armpits dark. Are you seeing this? I'm working on it because it's getting, like, you can see the outer area here is lightening up now. The entire thing was much darker, like under my eyes, look. It was dark, the entire thing, and that was from the aluminum. It actually burns and scorches your skin. So I'm working on it. I'm using my baking soda and I switch up my deodorant and thing. And what I do, I use the Dove deodorant, not the antiperspirant. And I only use the Dove if I'm going out. But if I'm at home, I try my very best not to wear any deodorant at all. So you give your armpits a time to breathe, to secrete whatever stinkiness it needs to get out, because sometimes you just need to sweat and get the gunk out. You understand what I'm saying? The whole point on this is I will not advise you to use any deodorant that has a high percentage of aluminum in it. It is not good for you. Do you also know that is a slow poison? I just informed all with the information that I was provided with. Alright, so even if you are using it and you want to finish up your deodorant, make sure and give your armpits a good scrubbing, and for your next deodorant, try. I don't think I will be going back to Secret. I kind of stick around with Dove, and there's this next liquid deodorant from a brand called FA. It's in a glass bottle, and they have a couple different ones. And that deodorant, even though it's a liquid deodorant, it's a roll-on, it works so well. I'm telling you, like, I put on my deodorant now, and for the next 2 days I don't need deodorant. I'm telling you, serious, it works really well. And it's a deodorant, not an antiperspirant. It works really well. So that was my review and informative piece on the Secret deodorant, and this goes for Secret, Degree, all those other deodorants that have their active ingredient being aluminum, and it's printed on the front here. It gives you the active ingredient, aluminum, whatever, ouch, aluminum, zirconium, octochloride hydrex glycerin. If you can't pronounce the word, you shouldn't use it. That's my whole thing, right? As an antiperspirant deodorant, just hold up on the antiperspirants, people. Hold up on it. I have stopped using these antiperspirants, and I have been he wanted to give me medication for it. I don't want to take the medication. I want my body to flush it naturally, and it's about 4 months now since I stopped using it, and it takes a while to get it out of the system, but my lump is like almost gone. It's probably the size of pigeon peas. So that's a good thing. I'm talking about from like Janet size to pigeon peas. It's a great improvement. So just be careful. Be wary, be careful. Yeah, right? So I hope this was informative and you guys learned something about it. Any questions you might want to have, leave it in the comments down below. If you like, you can inbox me, or if you want a fast answer, you can send me a message at Twitter. That is Trini, TRINIFENSOM, Trinifensom, and I will respond to you almost immediately. Right? So take care, guys. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to share this video with your friends, your girlfriends, your mama, your sisters, you know, I mean, lovely ladies know. And this is also for guys. So tell your hubby, tell your boyfriend, tell your brother, tell your neighbor, tell your son. You understand what I'm saying? Take care, guys. Bye.